Hey everyone, this is my day 11 of working on the 100-day UI challenge. And today, instead of going through my usual flow, as I was already working on a project in a team, I wanted to share my progress with that, and I will be doing that as we go the next few days because this project is also get completed in few days. So right now, this is the file which we are working on as a team, and I've worked on setting up the standards and design library. So I wanted to share that as my today's progress in the design challenge. There are multiple styles, multiple fonts, and reference images right here. And in order to set up this design library, what how I've approached this is basically that first I went and found out what are the existing information which I can take reference from. So if I switch to the brand identity of Expedia, so basically, the app which I worked on is Expedia, and that is what we need to make changes to in order to incorporate a problem statement which we are working on. So to set up the UI and the design library, what you can see here in front of you is the brand identity. So taking the reference from it and understanding as to what their guidelines are uh, was the first step which I took, and then I went and made that file. So you can see that there is mentioned like how much the headings should be, like what the weight of the heading should be, what the pixel size should be, how many like what can be the particular scenario where these fonts can be used. There are also mentioned like two fonts, Century Gothic and Mueller. Mueller is specifically for when there is a lot of text, and Century Gothic for when there is like up to 2 to 3 short paragraphs. So regular copy that is up to 2 to 3 short paragraphs you can see here. So this is what I have used. The approach was that we need to recreate and make components for the specific elements which can be reused. So right here you can see that this button here is a recurring pattern. This particular element is a recurring pattern. So working on creating the component for that first, like keyboard, and let me show you that component specifically. Yeah, here it is. So you can see that this was the particular component and it has properties which can be changed easily. So that was something which we did first. And uh, I also took the elements from Iconify for the icons, and these elements I created on my own. So similarly, if you see, uh, like from this, all this was created, and I'm showing you this particular section because this is what I worked on. But if you see, like even on the other sections, there are multiple assets which are getting reused from the component itself, and this was my contribution in the start. So right now, this is where we were able to bring the ambiguity to clarity. So right now, in today's process, I'm only showing you this particular section of the look. So you can see that in this, how I've approached the components and all this, I've taken the reference image of the actual site, actual application, and then from that tried to compare as to what the text could be like. Once the text has been named, I went inside and named them particularly in relation to how they would be named, and how these styles be used in accordance with the design language of Expedia. So like here, subheading text would make sure that okay, this is in accordance with actual UIs of Expedia app. And similarly the color here, similarly this text style here, mid emphasis text. So mid emphasis text, what it simply means is there is a particular size for the text, so you can see 12 here. And in order to not, it is not also very thin and not like low emphasis, but it's also not bold and very high emphasis text. So emphasis basically relates to the weight of the font, and that is how I've named and used the naming conventions while creating the styles. So now that this particular system is ready, we are working on creating more elements. Everybody in the team working with me are now working on contributing to expanding this library. Like you can see right now, this is not organized, but a lot of these have been used. So other team members have worked on creating components, which will be taken from here, and as a group of members, now we will work on using these instances to create our own particular flow in terms of how the designs can be made, right? So you can see that there are multiple flows here, and everyone is using those components to create these particular flow. So this is how the work started as to setting up the design library, and now we are proceeding. And of course, there were a lot of challenges in between the process. So you can see that not all components are in accordance with the design language, but that is what our final goal is to achieve. So these components right now achieve the basic goal of conveying our ideas and uh, actually creating progress so that we can iterate upon it. So once we go ahead and create more and more designs, these things will get more iterations, and these will get improved, and will get standardized and consistent in terms of how the design language Expedia particularly follows. So that was my today's progress for the UI challenge, and I will be showing you the progress as I go, or in simultaneously start with another reference from Mobile and try to create that flow. As I go ahead, depending upon the workload, I will decide what to take in account for the progress of the UI challenge. So right now, for today, I've taken this, and for future, I might start with another flow. Thank you.